Hello and welcome to Animal Watch, and this week we're meeting the oh so cute Chow Chow.
Today I am meeting one of the fluffiest, one of the most ancient, and one of the most dignified breeds in the world, the Chow Chow. The Chow Chow, miniature lion dog from northern China with a striking blue tongue and a history that goes back over 3,000 years. Thought to be a basal breed, which means it is one of the first dogs to have originated before many of the modern-day Spitz breeds we know and love. Originally, this breed was said to have pulled sleds in northern China, as well as being bred to be eaten. A horrible past that this poor dog has gladly come away from now. Known as being independent and possessive, and sometimes aggressive, however, I'm keen to find out what is the real truth behind this beautiful small lion dog. Today I am visiting Tomorady Chows in the beautiful Brecon Beacons of Wales. It's cold and raining, but I'm counting on a warm and fluffy welcome from Rhiannon and her army of fluff balls.
Hi Anneka, welcome to Wales.
Hello, look at this!
This is Dumpling.
Dumpling, and what a dumpling! Looks
She
like
is
a
a
real
dumpling.
dumpling, isn't she? Oh,
She
she's
does.
beautiful!
Come on in and meet the gang.
I can't wait! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Oh my golly gosh! I've never seen so many fluff balls in my life. Hello, how are you?
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu, look at you. You're just so cute. Look, he's so cute. I'm in heaven. I'm in fluff heaven. I love it. Hello, you. And who are you?
That's Dumpling again.
Dumpling. I love the names that you have for your dogs.
Yeah, they've got a bit of a pudding theme. So they've got Pumpkin next to you. This is Lollipop. We've also got a Scrumptious and a Marshmallow. A Creme Brulee. There's a Sugar. So we've got the 5 colours with chows. We've got black, blue, fawn, red and cream.
Amazing, and they're all so beautiful. This one is so beautiful. Can they all be born in the same litter, these colours?
Depending on if the parents carry the ability.
Yes.
You know, so they've got to have the colours in the back catalogue, if you see what I mean. But yeah, you can have a complete mixed litter.
Baby bears. It's so exciting, isn't it? Oh yes, it's so exciting. Oh yes, I know. Rhiannon, I'm in fluff heaven. These are so beautiful. They look like little lions, don't they?
They do, yes.
The history of this breed goes back to where?
We've got documentation going back to almost 11th century BC on this breed.
Right.
They really are one of the most ancient dog breeds. There's thought that both the Tartars with their lion dogs and the Mongols with a blue-tongued dog came together, both invaded China, and they've kind of come together to breed what we now know as the Chow Chow. The first ones arrived in Europe in the 18th century.
And when they were breeding them back in China, do you think it was based on the lion to make them look like little lions?
That's the understanding, yes. They were used as a home guard dog. So the thought was that the lion was this kind of symbol of protection.
Did you find then that in China they'd be more likely to be breeding the sort of red colour because that would be more like the lion?
The emperors did tend to breed the reds. However, there is a monastery in Tibet that's only ever bred the blues. different regions seem to have different colours that they seem to be more attached to.
One of the things that's the most distinguished feature of the chow is, of course, the blue tongue.
Indeed.
Is it blue or is it black? How would you describe the tongue?
Some people say blue, some people say black, some people say
there we go.
purple. She's doing it for you, is she, on command? Very clever girl.
Yes.
Some of the red ones, their tongue really is quite black. The creams are allowed, because they're a lighter coloured dog, they are allowed a slightly less coloured. So these can look like almost like a pale blue.
Let's talk about character.
They're thought of to be quite cat-like. They love their cuddles and things, but they do like it on their own terms. They're not a dog that you could pick up and cuddle if you wanted one. You know, if they don't want it, they're going to tell you about it. Chow chows are known as being quite an aloof dog. Mine mix really well. I've got a number of them, but I know a lot of people who have one. They do find that socialising can be more difficult for them. If they're not used to mixing regularly, they can be a little bit more standoffish.
Can you have lots of chow chows live in the same house together?
Yes. And we've got 9 in the room at the moment. They've all managed to sneak off and have a snooze now. We've only got girls in here currently. You have the occasional squabble. Boys don't tend to get on brilliantly together.
And what is the life expectancy of the chow?
It's really good actually with these guys. They're 10 to 15 years.
That's very, very good. They're actually smaller than I thought they would be.
They're probably no taller than, say, a Springer Spaniel. They weigh a little bit more. So girls are around 25 kilos. Boys can be up to 30, 32 kilos.
That's quite a lot
So,
bigger, yes.
Yeah, males are substantially bigger, and they do have that really big head
They
on a
do,
boy.
don't they? One of the things that is the most impressive thing about the chow chow, and the most glamorous thing, I think, is its beautiful, beautiful coat. This is Puppy.
So she's a puppy, yeah. If you can see on this girl here, so she's only just turned a year, so you've got a very distinctive difference between the adult guard hairs coming through, good girl scrumptious, and the puppy fluff still coming out underneath.
Yes.
So these guard hairs come through.
Yes.
And then by the time they're adult, the guard hairs go all the way down the body.
Let them go.
In the mountains in China and things where they're obviously designed to live, it's obviously very, very cold. So the guard hairs help keep the heat in. So it's like a 2-layer. The lovely, luxurious fleece underneath keeps the heat in. And that long overcoat works as like a waterproof and windproof guarding over the top.
But with this coat comes an awful lot of care. You have to be able to groom your dog and look after it.
With the chows, you tend to pull the coat to the root and brush down. So if you start with the problem areas, so behind the ears, you know, the friction areas, armpits, and around their back end, if you can spend 10 to 15 minutes every day comb out those areas, then you're probably going to nail it.
They don't always have the best reputation. Now, I've come in here and they've greeted me beautifully. You know, they've been incredibly affectionate. The ones that are slightly more aloof, after about 10 minutes were perfectly fine. This reputation hasn't been the same, has it, in other countries? So America has a very different stance on this breed. And is that because the type of chows over there actually do have a different temperament to the chows over here?
I believe so. I've not lived with a chow in the States, but the reputation over there is that they do seem to have a bit of a nasty streak. I don't know how much the internet has contributed to that fact. I found these guys to be very, very loving. They do take a little bit of time to warm up to strangers, there's no denying that. They are a home guard dog. They're really, really focused on their person or their family. So if on a dog walk, they're out and they're with their person, they can be quite protective. And they're brilliant doorbells. They don't bark a lot like a lot of the Spitz breeds, but if someone they don't know comes to the door, they will alert you to that. I think they're fantastic with children. They've got this lovely protective instinct, which works really well when you've got your own kids, because they do have that instinct to protect them. And again, the chows will put themselves in front of them if they feel the situation is unwarranted.
Say you're out walking the dogs and a strange kid just charges up to one of the dogs and just goes to grab it. Will the dogs feel the same for a stranger that they do about your own kids?
Any chow will be aware of a stranger. We always ask people to approach sensibly, approach from the front, never to approach the chow from the back, and never to grab them, to put their hand out, let the dog sniff them. Normally, majority of my chows, 10 seconds and they're all over them.
The chows really don't like surprises coming from behind. So,
No, they don't.
Which is actually bad manners to do that to a dog anyway. It's very, very dominant for you to put your hand on a strange dog's head on a strange dog's back. That's where a dog will bite another dog if
Exactly,
it's going to get it.
They have a huge amount of excess skin there, so it is literally a handle.
Yeah.
It's probably their weakest area where they are the most vulnerable. You wouldn't approach a strange chow from the back of the neck.
Once you get to know them,
Oh
of
yeah,
course,
then they, you know, snuggles and things fine.
what do they eat?
Chows are renowned for having allergies, and the most common allergy seems to be a chicken allergy.
Oh, really?
Although there are other allergies, obviously. Quite often they have a chicken-free diet. I know some people feed a raw diet. I find with the number I have and with the different ages that that's impractical for us to do. So we feed a hypoallergenic chicken-free diet. If you want to take the breed on, you really do need to make sure that you socialise it well. They really do benefit from going to puppy classes. It's not just about them socialising, it's also about other dogs understanding their facial expressions. They do have the squash face and they don't have the tail in the same way, so other dogs can find it hard to read their expressions. The more you can socialise them at a young age, the more you can get them used to lots of different situations, people coming to the door, that type of thing. The more work you put in with any puppy, the more you're going to benefit from it as the puppy gets older.
Yes, this one is so loving and affectionate. Not having experienced a chow chow before, I was under the impression they might be quite sort of regal and quite aloof and might ignore me a little bit. And I've been really, really pleasantly surprised today. And I think the temperament of your dogs are really, really good.
Thank you
and
very
this
much.
little black one here, I'm just going to slip her in my pocket.
Well, I'd had so much fun today, and one thing I certainly hadn't witnessed was any negative traits from these fluffy beauties. They all got along, adored Rhiannon's children, and gave me mountains of kisses and attention. I probably spent 2 hours playing with them before we even filmed, which shows just how cute they were. For a medium-sized dog, I thought they were lovely. And Rhiannon and her attentive children had done wonders to socialise, groom and train these miniature lions.
And if you enjoyed this episode of Animal Watch on the also cuddly and fluffy Chow Chow, then please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel by clicking the button in the bottom hand corner. And if you would like to find out more about these amazing Chow Chows, then go to the website www.tomoradykennels.co.uk. I'll write the kennels underneath in the description so you can find them. And be sure to tune in every week where I'll be bringing you some more adorable episodes on dogs, wolves, animal rescue and conservation. Bye for now.